Hi, this is the Headset Historian, and today I want to take a look at a product from Kiwi Design. It's the Comfort Battery Head Strap SPC. SPC stands for Single Point Charging. So I have a video also about their RGB charging station. So that's like a stand and charging dock, and you'll see here that this has a little magnetic port, so you can actually charge both devices at one time. So you can charge the battery bank and the headset at the same time from that RGB charging station. At least that's my understanding. So let's get into it. So Kiwi Design, I've got a good bit of their stuff in the past. You know, this is actually really nice. Little touch here is that the tape that holds the box together has little tabs. It's a very small thing, but you know, you don't need to bother pulling out a knife or anything. And packaging, as always with Kiwi, is very nice, and it takes that same design language as the Quest 2 and 3 box, where it's that white sleeve with the cardboard interior. Also, just a heads up, I did get this sent for review by Kiwi, so I didn't pay for this. This was given to me for review, so that's important just to know for transparency's sake and for any kind of biasy that might happen there. So let's open it up. So they've got their design language down pretty well. They've got the instructions here, and then the packaging is all the same as their other products, and it's quite nice. I think they do their packaging very well. So if we pop out this sheet, make things better, it's very nice. It's got a cable organizer here, so this is, you know, for having two different cables going through it for charging. And instruction booklet there. Let's get rid of that. I don't think I'll need an instruction booklet for this. Hopefully not. Let me see me eat my words in a moment. So this is one thing Kiwi's always done quite well, is the top strap. I've had a couple of their top straps before, and I actually have kept the top strap from their other head straps. I don't know what good way to say that, but I really like the top padding that they have in theirs. They're always good and wide, and there's always this really nice thick, and you can see there the padding, it's got, I don't know how to describe it, it's almost like memory foam. It doesn't jump back immediately. It takes some form, which really does help with the weight distribution. So the back part here, PU leather, it's the same material, so I'll be interested to see how this goes. The shape of this looks very good, but something I've mentioned in all my other videos is I always have issues with this type of material in the back of my head sliding up on my head because I have very fine hair. So we'll see if that's the case here or not, but the shape of this does give me hope because it's good and long, and it goes concave, it goes in. A lot of the other ones are more narrow and they're kind of more flat to the back of your head, which is really very, very annoying. So that's not the case here. Also, this is Velcro, so you can always replace it with something like a more rubberized one, like Bobo VR uses. I've got a few of them kicking around. I'm not sure if you can buy those separately, but I usually find kind of rubberized rear padding is good. But yeah, so that's yeah, I really like Kiwi Design's material choice in terms of the padding, especially. Oh, very nice to give you. Whoa, that's a really big. It's a really big microfiber cloth. So this isn't, you know, this isn't a product that actually you would expect a microfiber cloth with. It's not like a lens insert or something, so that's quite a nice addition. And personally, I find you can never have too many of these about, because, you know, they get grubby, you throw them out or you lose them. So I'm always happy to see that in the box. Then here we have the head strap itself. Now, interestingly enough, this is articulated, which I do always like, but you do get more how would you say, some people really prefer when it's just one rigid piece, and a lot of companies, the reason why they do this articulated design is because they can pack up the head strap into a smaller packaging, which isn't the case here because you can see this is out flat. So this is a deliberate design choice in terms of how they want the functionality of the head strap to work. So I'll be interested to see how that goes, but this does lock in very good. I can't push it any further there, but it can move up. So yeah, let's see how that goes. This cable then is for the battery bank at the back. It's a very, very nice thick cable. Actually, this is very nice high quality cable. So you can see you've got the little adapter here, the magnetic adapter for the power. So those are just based on pogo pins. Hopefully that'll focus in there so you can see. But yes, so that's how the single point charging solution works. So I'll have to look into that further. The battery bank itself feels like a good counterweight, good size to it here. So this is a 6400 milliamp hour battery bank. So you often get, between that size and 10,000 is the typical size that you'll get in any head strap battery bank. So this should be a good counterweight, and then you've got your adjustable knob on the back, and feels like a pretty good mechanism. It doesn't have the one push solution for pulling in and out, which is a pity because that's something I always like, but it does have the simple 4-dot LED indicator for battery life remaining, which is a nice touch. So it's as simple as just clipping this in here and then putting it onto the headset itself. So let's pop it on. So I've got the Quest 3 here with no facial interface right now, just it's easier to put on this part of the strap whenever you don't have the facial interface on. And clip this in. I didn't clip this in properly, it seems. Do I need to go quite hard, maybe? Oh yes, okay. You actually do need to apply a fair bit of pressure. So now it's clipped in properly. This doesn't appear to move, articulate in any way, so we'll see how that goes. Usually I like when those parts can articulate, but perhaps with the shape of this it might not be necessary. Then clipping it on here, it's the usual very simple process of just placing it, line it up with the ports, and just applying some pressure, and it's clipped in, which I lied, it's not fully clipped in yet. Okay, so it's a good snug finish. Material color is a slight difference, if you can see that there. That's very common. I think I've only got one head strap that actually matches the color, but it's a very, very slight difference. So actually, yeah, from the side and stuff, it's almost the exact same, so that doesn't bother me. There's some that I've got where the color contrast is kind of unappealing, and you pop that in there. So that, the battery bank has come pre-charged. So it's single point charging, they say. So I'm assuming that this pogo pin magnetic adapter will also charge this at the same time as it charges the headset. If that's the case, then that's quite a little clever design that they've got going there. And you've got plenty of extra leave room there for the cable. So if your head is absolutely gigantically long, then oh my god, imagine someone's head being that size. But anyway, if your head's gigantic, then this is the head strap for you. And I'll not bother popping on the facial interface right now because this was just the first unboxing and impressions, and I'm going to go use this for a couple of weeks along with the RGB stand at the same time, and I'll let you know how I get on with them. So yeah, see you in a bit. Okay, so I'm back a couple of weeks later now with the Comfort battery head strap from Kiwi, and I'll put this box away and we'll just talk about the head strap itself. Overall, my thoughts on this head strap are quite positive. I think it's a really well made head strap. Then first thing I'll get into is 3 things that I would change. The first thing is I would prefer for this part on the back, this part that rests on the rear of your head, to be articulated. So if it pivoted at all, I think that could go a long way to improving comfort. Then I would also maybe try to slim down this rear part a little bit, just because it can be a bit awkward to use if you're leaning back on certain types of chairs or if you're trying to lie down or anything. And then the last thing is an issue that's more personal to myself that I've had with many head straps, only since the Quest 3. So the issue is that this goes straight across, which seems like it would be fine because for most people it is fine, and it's been fine for most users, I believe. But what happens when it's a straight head strap like this is that the part here in the middle will end up touching the tops of my ears, and that ends up causing actually quite a bit of discomfort. And if I use a head strap for long enough, more than maybe 30 or 40 minutes, it does start to feel a little bit painful. So this isn't the worst head strap for it, just because this part is relatively narrow. It's not the some of them do have a larger height here along the head strap in this part. But if you're someone with large ears, my ears are fairly large, I would say. If you're someone with large ears, then this might be a problem. I think for the vast majority of people, it won't be a problem. So I just want to get those couple of points out of the way. So what I like about this head strap is the battery is very good. The battery, I didn't notice any noise from it. So there's a lot of Quest 3 battery head straps where when the head strap is trying to charge the Quest 3 itself, there starts to become a whining sound. That happens with the Bobo VR, for example. And if you're trying to use any older Quest 2 head strap, battery head strap that's just been adapted to work in the Quest 3, there's a very good chance you're going to run into that issue. So thankfully I can confirm that the Kiwi Design head strap doesn't have that issue. So the battery works just as you'd expect, and it's silent in usage. That is a huge plus. That's really nice work from Kiwi. The other thing I'll say is the build quality of this overall is one of the nicest built, actually probably the nicest built head strap that I've used. Like, all of this feels very solid. Now I know I said that I would prefer if this was articulated, but I think also the fact that it's not articulated, but it does have, it's a stiff material, but it's also flexible. I think that does add to the quality feeling of it. So there is a tricky bit there. The cable in particular feels very nice quality. And this wee adapter that comes along with it that pops open like this is a really, really nice addition. So, or the wee cable management thing, I guess you'd call it. The single point charging system I love. If you're using it with the stand, which I'll pull over now, I have a video on this stand, but if you're using it with the RGB stand, then when you have it plugged into the headset, it'll just connect onto here and charge at the same time. And this stand now is permanently on my desk. I really like it. But yeah, that charging system is brilliant. And for me personally, this is probably my favorite head strap that I've used. The only reason I'm not using it daily is because my ears are too large and it touches this part. If I had smaller ears, then this would be for sure my daily driver at the moment, because of this single point charging system, and just because it feels like a nice quality head strap, and it is actually very, very comfortable. I did really like it. The only issue was just that the ear aspect, so that it makes it a bit difficult for me, because I think out of all the head straps I've used so far, probably even more than like the Bobo S3, I would actually recommend this head strap. The only thing is, just if you have large ears, then this probably isn't a head strap for you. But I think you'll know, like for me, any Quest 3 head strap I use, unless it's specifically goes up here. So for example, if I show you what's on my Quest 3 currently, I have the Bobo VR Mini, and you'll see that this one deliberately goes up here, so that one just about clears my ears. I think I would wager 90+% of people, the vast majority of people, their ears won't touch this and they'll be absolutely fine, in which case this is a great head strap. And if you're using it along with the charging stand, then you've got a really, really good package here. It's really good. What I am actually thinking about doing, just for myself, because I really like this single point charging system, is you'll see that I've modified a battery onto this head strap. I'm actually considering I might take the battery out of this and mount it onto this head strap so I can use the single point charging system. If Kiwi Design come out with a version of this head strap that is either a Halo style head strap, which always resolves that issue, or if they come out with one that's articulated a bit so that my ears are touching here. If they come out with that, then I will buy that in a heartbeat and make that my main head strap. But yeah, that's where it stands for me now. I think it's a great head strap. I think it's really well built. I think the value is decent. It's obviously not the cheapest head strap you can get, but I've never had any luck with the cheapest head straps that you can get. They've always been pretty bad. So I think this single point charging system, the build quality, everything is brilliant. If your ears are not gigantic like mine, which I've come to realize the more I've been reviewing head straps, the more I've realized, yes, I have apparently gigantic ears. They look normal size on my face, but no, they are not normal size. So yeah, if your ears are, you know, within the default human spec, then I think this is a great choice, particularly with that charging dock. So yeah, hopefully that covers it. Hopefully that gives you an idea of what to expect and maybe helps you inform yourself on your own decisions. As always, whenever you're looking for reviews on VR hardware, because it is so specific to each person, I always strongly recommend go check out multiple YouTubers or multiple reviewers or whatever else, you know, at least 3. I think 3 is a good number. Check out 3 videos for the head strap, just to kind of get an idea, because there might be someone that you realize, oh, this person has kind of a similar preferences to myself, you know, or you'll just hear different things with different people, because what's comfortable for one person isn't comfortable for another person. So yeah, it's always important to go check that out. But hopefully that video was useful, and yeah, take care. See you all later.